Do you believe that it's almost impossible for a woman in her 40s to lose weight? I used to believe that, and that was my story too, until quite recently when by chance I discovered a way to finally lose weight in my 40s. My name is Arti, and I'm here to document and share my current weight loss journey. I say current because this is not the first time I am on a fat loss or weight loss journey. I've had a weight problem since I was young. My weight has been up and down since I was a teenager. It seems that there is a voice in my head that keeps saying, I will always be a heavy girl. So in my 40s, I decide that I need to change that. I want to instill a new belief in my mind that I can be lean and stay that way for the rest of my life. What makes this weight loss journey different from the previous ones that I did is that I want to do it from a place of awareness. I want to do it as someone who is aware that she has a problem, that she needs to and can make a change, that this change is going to take some time and effort. So rather than doing it out of desperation to lose weight, I choose to see it as a change in lifestyle for long term health. As someone who is only 5 feet tall, my heaviest weight was 172 pounds. I think I reached that weight in 2024 and it continued until 2025 or last year. The last time I weighed myself was in May 2025. That's when I found out that I was 172 pounds. That's when it really hit me that a change needed to be made. If nothing else, I just started to feel very uncomfortable. Uh, my clothes were getting really tight. I had to upgrade my size to size 14. That was the biggest size I had ever worn. But most importantly, I did not want to have health problems. So naturally, I looked for solution for my weight problem. I tried a few types of diet, and the first one was intermittent fasting. After all, I had done that before in my 30s because I also had weight problem then, even though it was not as bad as recently in my 40s. When I was in my 30s, intermittent fasting was quite easy. I could do long fast very easily. Most of the time, I only had one meal a day, so the weight came off quite rapidly. However, now that I'm in my 40s, it seems that intermittent fasting is not suitable for my current body situation. It made me irritable, especially in the morning because usually I skipped breakfast and waited until around noon to have my first meal. So in the morning, I was hungry And when I am hungry, I get irritated very easily. Also, when I did my intermittent fasting, I would eat more during my eating window, which defeats the purpose of losing weight. But I tried to be consistent for about, I think it was a little over a month. But I did not feel any change in my weight. I still felt the same. So after a little over a month, I gave up intermittent fasting because I just felt that my body was under so much stress when I did intermittent fasting. After giving up on intermittent fasting, I tried keto because I read many people's experience on how they lost a lot of weight doing keto. So I wanted to try that. And so I did. The first week was awful. I had what's called keto flu. So I had cramps on my legs. However, I got over it after a week. But keto uh, made me lethargic. I did not have the energy to do anything, even just a simple walk. My knees were weak and I often felt dizzy, just like someone who is very low on blood sugar. Other than that, when I was doing keto, I started to have a very bad hair loss that was kind of scary for me. But I did not just want to quit right away. I tried to do it for about a month too. But after all that side effects and the higher cost of diet, I thought to myself, this is not sustainable for me. I eventually also gave up on keto after about a month. After I failed on keto, I choose to just do calorie deficit. I try to limit my carb and fat intake. I ate more salad. But this kind of calorie deficit just left me starving. Even though I often had a big bowl of salad with cheese and eggs on some meat, before my next mealtime arrived, I was already hungry. And I often felt very tired. Usually in the afternoon, I needed to take a nap. I was just tired. I'm not sure how long I did the calorie deficit, but I think it was more than a month. And just like keto and intermittent fasting, I did not feel much different. In fact, by the time I give up on calorie deficit, I felt that my clothes were even tighter and my energy was low. That's when I started to feel defeated. I just did not know what to do. It seemed that nothing worked. So, while still trying to figure out what to do next, I just let myself eat whatever I wanted to eat. And then in 2000, early 2026, when the economy became worse and worse, I was trying to figure out ways to stretch our budget on grocery. I bought this big bag of beans from Costco. I started to eat more beans. To my surprise, eating more beans actually kept me full longer. So it was kind of intriguing for me because after I started eating more beans, my desire to snack diminished a lot. So I read more about beans. It turns out that they are actually nutrient powerhouse. They do not only contain carbs, but also protein and fiber. I think those two things are what kept me full longer than, say, a bowl of rice or a few slices of bread. Even a big bowl of salad that I used to have while I did my calorie deficit. I had heard that high protein diet could do that to your body, but as far as fiber goes, I only learned about it recently. So I bought more beans and lentils. I combined them with eggs, chicken breast, and fish. I wanted to do another calorie deficit, but this time with the help of beans and lentils. Very soon, I learned that I could be on calorie deficit without feeling deprived, without starving myself. Oftentimes, when my next meal time arrived, I was still quite full. I still felt really full. I only ate because I did not want my calories dropped below 1200 in one day because I heard that's not good for women's body. So I just ate to hit my calorie goal that day. So it was kind of fun. I decided to continue it for a while, and then in March, sometime in March, I started to feel that my clothes were getting loose. I had not weighed myself since May 2025 because I was afraid that I had gained more weight. But finally, in late April, I think it was April 30th, I think, yes, I weighed myself. And this time, I weighed 155 pounds. I was not sure whether it was the intermittent fasting or the keto or calorie deficit that did it, but since from my experience that eating more beans and lentils kept me full longer, I, I just continued on doing that. And then again on May 14th, I weighed myself and I found out that I weighed 150 pounds. So from April 30th to May 14th, I lost 5 pounds. So it got me excited because this kind of diet worked for me. As of today, today is the 27th of May, I weigh 149 pounds. So the weight loss itself is not quite linear. I sometimes I gain weight in one day because it depends on the food that I eat. And actually gaining weight during weight loss journey is a good thing. I will talk about it in different video next time. But yeah, sometimes I gain weight, but sometimes I also lose weight. In average, I lose 1 or 2 pounds a week so far. It looks like that I still need some carbs in order to function properly, but my main priorities are protein and fiber because they do keep me satiated a lot longer. By replacing all the simple carbs with beans and lentils, I can hit my protein and fiber goals very easily. Right now, my protein goal is 110 grams a day, and my fiber goal is 30 grams a day. And I can reach that number without even thinking as long as I have beans and lentils. So, the reason why I'm setting up this YouTube channel is simply to share the journey because I know there are people out there, especially women in my age, in their 40s, that are struggling to lose weight. And with the current economic situation, it can be hard to do it. When you go to social media, you will see all these wellness influencers that promote protein powder, grass-fed beef. Those are things that a lot of people cannot afford at this moment. So now that I found out that I can lose weight with affordable food, I want to share that. And also, when there are other people that watch you while you do something, I think you are more inclined to be consistent. So it's something to keep me accountable in my journey. My knowledge is also very limited, so hopefully people will give me some insights or correct me when I make the wrong nutrition move. In my next video, I'll probably just share about the things that I do during this weight loss journey and also updates and maybe recipes or food that I eat. So if you want to come along, you more than welcome to subscribe to my channel.